soon. WWJ News Time 1:33, and as the virus spreads, businesses taking the extra mile, keeping employees safe. Don Tanner, partner with Tanner Friedman, strategic communications firm, joining us on the live line. Don, thanks for being a part of our Saturday afternoon. I know companies all over the area taking pretty dramatic measures, including us here at Entercom. What are some of the moves that you are seeing that companies are implementing to guarantee safety of employees?
Well, the companies are it looks like doing the right thing and following healthcare guidelines. And, if you don't need to have employees at work, they're working remotely. I think what we see and what we've been more and more involved with is helping with employers and what they communicate to their employees. First and foremost, it's educating, but the main thing is really reassuring, and that's not an easy task right now.
And that certainly is not. And, of course, some complain there hasn't been a reassurance from our administration. Do you see where things have quieted down in the early stages and then companies just said, we've got to take matters into our own hands?
I've seen a combination of both. Several days ago, I've got a note from the Spirit CEO, Spirit's CEO rather, that basically went into very detailed steps of what the airline was doing in terms of extra steps in cleaning and air filtration systems and things like that. We saw Governor Whitmer go on this week and without delay, and she was communicating in lockstep with healthcare officials. And I think that's important. You mentioned the administration at the very top. That hasn't been the case. The administration has not been so in lockstep with healthcare officials, and you can't have that happen. You need to be working hand in hand and saying the right things. You can't be inconsistent at that time, because that only raises concerns.
And you do wonder if some of those concerns, because of that, are being reflected right now in the grocery stores. There's such a mad rush right now. Many of the essential items are gone. And I think some people are concerned now, what's the replenishing supply going to be about that?
Well, exactly, and that again gets into communication and the grocery store owners letting their customers know when the next shipment of something might be coming in, and reassuring them that shipments are coming. We're going to be restocking. It's very difficult when you get to this stage. It's human nature, right? We're all concerned about our loved ones, about where we're keeping a roof over our heads, being able to eat. But that's where, again, leaders really need to work to set an example, to stay calm, and be honest with people, even though it may be a little bit difficult.
I know this is really uncharted territory. Are you getting any sort of information that might indicate how businesses think this may last? Will it be a couple of weeks? Will it be a couple of months or so?
Again, that's $1 million question, isn't it? I mean, I have quite a few friends that have businesses and major corporations in China, for example. And what was interesting there is that, as we have seen, the Chinese government was not forthcoming, but once they admitted there was a problem, they shut everything down. And people there listened, and things seem to be improving there. Here, it looks like people are listening to a degree, but again, because of what some things have been said at the top at the administration in Washington, I think you also see a lot of people here in America, at least earlier this week, saying, it doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal. I'm not going to change my behavior. That's where you run into a dangerous situation potentially that could extend this. So hopefully people are listening now to the governor and healthcare officials, those people that know what they're doing, and then doing the right thing that's best for this country and the world.
Any piece of advice for, say, the hotel or restaurant owner who may be concerned that business is going to fall dramatically?
I think it's looking for ways to, we know some restaurant owners that are doing more online. They're delivering food to the customers. They're concerned with, they're concerned with the maybe the dining room being open out of concern for spreading things and having their employees be exposed. So they're pivoting, looking for other ways to offer your services online. You know, we've all heard how online has hurt retail and bricks and mortars. Well, now is the time to pivot to technology to help mitigate perhaps some losses in these times.
John Tanner, partner with Tanner Friedman Strategic Communications Firm. Thank you so much for joining us and giving your insights to this very scary situation.